Welcome back to the evening show. Now, earlier on today, I caught up with magician Pat Fallon for a Halloween seance. It was definitely a good idea to get into the mood for Halloween, but I have to say, he managed to scare me half to death. Take a look.
So, Pat, it is the eve of Halloween.
It is indeed.
And we're going to have a seance.
We are.
I'm very nervous.
Just the two of us.
I've never had a seance before, so I'm very looking forward to it, even though I'm a tiny bit worried about what's going to happen. But
Well, we're actually recreating a seance, really. So it's not like the real thing.
Okay.
Don't worry too much. Why are we creating a seance? Well, I'll tell you. Halloween is very special for magicians because it was on Halloween when the great Harry Houdini died. And,
really?
Oh, yeah, and he was the most famous magician of all. And
Apart from
still to
you.
this day. Thank you very much. And still to this day, he is remembered as one of the greatest magicians. But he died in 1926, which was a really long time ago. And when he died, of course, he had spent a lot of his life talking about fake mediums and exposing fake mediums and, you know, this seance sort of situation. And he said to his wife, Bess, on his deathbed, he said, if it's possible to come back from the dead, I can do it. I will do it. But he said, I don't want this to go on indefinitely, so if I can't do it within 10 years, well then just forget about it. It's not possible to come back from the dead. So they, in 1927, at Halloween, they held a seance. And nothing happened in 28, 29. They kept going on for 9 years and nothing ever happened. And then someone said to Bess one day, well, Bess, there's a problem here. You need to find a medium. Because a medium's the woman who comes between the spirit world and the world. And they went looking and they found this large woman. She was a large medium. You know. And she was a very happy woman because, you know, generally people, you know, are quite happy when they're large. Because everybody loves a happy medium, don't they? So she suggested that they use things that Harry had had in his lifetime. So they went looking and they found this padlock. And they found the key. And you will notice that it's an old English padlock. And if you turn the key that direction...
this direction?
Yeah. And then take out the key and then hold on to it, but check and make sure the padlock is locked. So the padlock was totally locked.
yes, definitely locked.
Okay. The next thing they had then was a wooden block, and they also had a metal rod.
Okay.
Now, you see that the metal rod goes to the little hole. And there's only one way on and one way off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right, but I'll rewind that and say it in English. To prevent it happening, what they would do is take a wooden tube like this and drop the block inside the tube and shove the metal rod through the centre. Like that.
So that's not going anywhere?
It's not going anywhere, and that sat on the table. And then they found these two blackboards, because everybody in those days used blackboards for writing when they went to school, and Harry was no different. And they found a yellow duster, and they polished the side of this one here, and they polished the inside of this one here. They also polished the inside of this one, and then of course they polished the back side, or perhaps the reverse side of this one. And they left it sitting there. And then the most remarkable thing of all was they found a piece of chalk in a plastic bag. Now, why was that remarkable?
I don't know, Pat. I'm sure you'll tell me.
I will, because plastic hadn't been invented for another 15 years. That's why. And they left this piece of chalk sitting with the blackboards.
And it's in plastic.
It's in plastic,
so that's
can't go in.
can't write anything.
So we've locked the padlock and we've put a wooden block on a metal rod and two blackboards which we've totally polished in a piece of chalk. And they waited for something to happen, and the medium went into a trance.
As they always do, yeah.
Not that anybody really noticed. And she was very disappointed, and then she said, look, there's one thing, Bess, we need a picture of Harry, and we need something that would really upset Harry. So she said, I have a picture, and the one thing that really upset Harry was that people used to take this is a picture of the great Houdini.
Oh, wow.
Isn't he lovely? Yeah.
I've actually never seen what he actually looks like.
Well, the thing was, they said that the one thing that would upset Harry, of course, is that if people took his picture, and when he had his posters up, you know, for a show, and they took it down and tore it, that would really annoy Harry. So they removed the picture from the frame, and do you hold on to it there?
Yes.
And then they closed up the frame, and they left the frame sitting there as well.
So an empty frame.
An empty frame. And she tore up the picture. Now, Bess got very upset about this because, you know, tearing up the picture was really just...
Insulting.
Insulting. Then dropped a few pieces on the floor. Then she found an old piece of material which she made into a makeshift bag.
Okay.
So she dropped all the pieces of
The paper.
the picture into the bag.
Into the bag.
And you can feel it there.
Yes.
What she did then was something unusual. She took out one piece and said, would you hold on to that for a moment?
Mm-hmm.
And then they waited for something to happen. And yet again, nothing happened.
Like us, nothing's happening.
Because the medium said, well, that looks like a mirror. And spirits won't come back when there's mirrors around. So they...
Oh, the glass, is it?
The glass.
Ah.
So they turned it away. And she went into a trance yet again. And nothing happened.
It's very disappointing, isn't
Harry
it?
never came back.
Did he not?
No. Did you feel anything here today? Did you feel Harry coming here today?
No.
No.
Maybe tomorrow. He
Well,
might
you
come
see,
back tomorrow.
If Harry had have arrived here today, strange things would have happened. This padlock, which is locked, would actually be open.
No,
even though you locked it.
I locked that.
This wooden block would be sitting on the palm of my hand and not like that. This piece of chalk would have leapt from the plastic bag.
But that
And
chalk
never
hasn't
sat here.
moved.
No. But if Harry had have arrived today, when you would separate the two blackboards, you would find that for some reason he left a message, which was Harry.
Houdini. Oh, that's mental.
It's mental, isn't it? See, that's what would have happened if Harry had come today. But more importantly, we would have known if he was here. Because the picture which we destroyed and took from the frame
No way.
would now be back inside the frame.
Oh my God, that's mental.
But more importantly, there's one piece missing.
Oh
And you'll see
my
that there's an
God.
actual piece that was missing.
Look at my hand. I'm actually like freaking out here. That is crazy. How
So
did you...
That's what would have happened. Had Harry
Oh, it
not
would
been
have
here.
happened. Oh, right, okay.
But it didn't.
That is amazing. Look at that.
Because you and I know that it's not possible to come back from the dead.
Well, if one man's going to do it, it's going to be Harry Houdini, in fairness.
I might take up the challenge. You know.
Oh my God. So that's what happens when you have a seance with Pat Fallon.
Indeed.
I need a drink after that.
I think I need one. It's
Pat, thank you so much.
been a pleasure.